Hello everyone, I am here with Mike Peters today, who is the author of new skirmish game Assassins and Templars, which is coming for free with Wargames Illustrated 455. And Mike, do you want to tell us a little bit about what we've got in front of us?
Okay, so here we have a selection of figures from my collection that are used to represent the Assassin's Retinue. Let's take a closer look. So here we have the Fides Sheikh, who is the captain of the retinue and the strongest and toughest of the assassins and has multiple skills. And in front of him are his two Fides. These are trained assassins who have reached a good level of various assassin skills, but have not yet quite got to the top. This is, in ruckus terms, the captain and the squires. And moving along, disguised as Sufi dancers, we have the novice assassins. These are characters that are acquiring the skills that one day will make them into Fides, but at the moment, although they can carry out some of those assassin skills, it's more difficult for them to achieve that. On the next group, we have the cultists. We have two types of cultists here, the cultists spearmen, the fighters of this particular retinue. And finally, we've got the cultist shootists, which are archers. So one option for this retinue is to exchange one of the characters, one of the retainers, for an imam. An imam is a religious character who has some special attributes which bring another factor to the fighting capability of this retinue.
Alright, so this first trio are the leaders, the heroes of the retinue. Can you tell us a bit about these ones?
Okay, yeah, so these are the heroes, as you say, what would, in ruckus terms, the captain and the two squires, and they have an array of skills, including hujum, which enables them to assassinate an enemy character, and various other skills which improve their fighting ability.
And all three of these figures have got the skill trained assassins. What does that enable them to do?
That means that they are all skilled with lance and bow, so they can use melee and missile weapons equally well. They're light on their feet, so they're able to dodge their opponent's blows in melee. They can duck under that blade. They each have a poisoned blade, which means they've got more chance of injuring their opponent.
And we're not quite done with assassins yet, because we've got another three here, but these are novice assassins, and they're still characters, but they're not heroes, they're retainers.
Yeah, it's much riskier for them to pull off the same moves that the assassins can do more easily.
All right, and now we're on to the meat and veg of the retinue here with the spears and the bows.
Yeah, these are the mainstay of any medieval force, really. Spearmen and archers seem to make up the majority of most medieval forces, and that's the same here. These are Gripping Beast plastic figures that I've painted after some extensive research to match them to their historical equivalents. The shields are all free-handed, and I've included the name of God on an armband around their sleeve, which I took from a website, the 99 Names of Allah, and each of those names is an individual name that were very difficult and fiddly to paint.
And then finally, we've got a possible alternative character that you could include in the retinue.
So this is the imam, who you can replace one of your retainers with this character. He has certain skills which help to bolster the morale of the force and enable them to re-roll dice in certain circumstances.
All right, and we've now rearranged the figures a little bit. What's going on with them now, Mike?
So we've rearranged them into spears as you may use them in the game. And we have the Fides Sheikh has a novice assassin, a spearman for support, and an archer with him. And the other Fides have very similar setups. This is a fairly standard setup for a game of Assassin and Templars, really.
But of course, you don't have to have the figures just like that. You can mix and match the characters between your different spears as you please. Mike here is tinkering. Looks like we're getting a bow-heavy unit here. And then you've got your main captain who has a higher command, so he can actually command more figures, swapping in the specialist, and then got more of a hard-hitting hit and run unit on the left there.
This is an aggressive retinue that rewards bold gameplay, which some players I think will probably find quite rewarding.
Yeah, they're definitely my style of play, that kind of risk and reward. If this sounds like your kind of retinue, don't forget that you can get the full 32-page, full-colour rules for free with Wargames Illustrated 455, and there'll be extra articles in that magazine about the figures and the background as well.